Sound on. You hear a knock at the door, minding your business, get up, answer the door, what's up? And all of a sudden, two guys force their way into your home. They're dressed like construction workers. You didn't see it coming. You had no idea. You're mortified, you're terrified, you're putting your hands behind your back. You've already surrendered. You've already surrendered, and it appears they are trying to light you on fire or use a stun gun, a taser of some type on you. This is the reality that this homeowner experienced in real life. Boom! What's up, guys? Byron, Rodgers, Tactical Protection Review. Learn protection strategies from a protection professional. Let's take a look at what's happening here and let's see what we can learn from it, right? I mean, the mission is to make the world a safer place by helping good people to be more dangerous, more formidable, live a safer pattern of life. These videos are designed to help you increase your protection quotient, your PQ, without requiring you to go to the dojo, learn really tricky takeaways, gun takeaways, and things like that. So, you know, we all have a home, we all have a place that we love, that we want to be safe in, right? But now we're seeing more and more and more often that there's these kind of new threat packages and new ways that people are doing home invasions. They're dressing up, you know, they're dressing up, they're coming and they're, you know, looking like something they're not, and they're making entry to your home. The first thing that sticks out to me is this guy gets up and he gets the door. First and foremost, boom, he is not thinking anything's gonna happen. You've got to understand that human beings are unknown variables. You do not know what they're going to do, what they're capable of. And so this moment right here where you're getting ready to make contact with somebody who you don't know what they're going to do in a place that's your home. What do I always talk about? Context. Home invasions are a thing, and they're becoming more and more of a thing. Your front door shouldn't be seen as the safest place in the world. It does not matter what neighborhood you live in. In fact, higher end neighborhoods are being targeted more and more often. There's a saying, when they come during the day, they want your stuff, but if they come during the night, they want you. So keep that in mind as well. So you're going to your front door. My suggestion, first and foremost, is that you do not even answer your front door for anyone you do not know. Like, why? Why? So someone can sell you something? I mean, the mailman maybe to sign for a package, maybe, but you can change those policies. Why answer your door to someone you don't know if you don't need to, unless you're completely ready for some type of physical altercation, right? So there are other things you can do in case you find yourself in this situation to prepare ahead of time, right? So let's take a look at this environment. You go to answer the door, right? What do you have around you that you could use to defend yourself, right? So I don't see anything in this immediate area that he could use to defend himself. In this whole environment of his immediate space, you have to be kind of planning to be able to get to a force multiplier if you're overpowered. You should have medical equipment as well as force multipliers, weapons, things that you can protect yourself with nearby, right? Over here where you know your offhand will be, right? So you open the door with this hand, you have your left hand where you can grab something if you need to. You open your door with your right hand, you prop your foot, right, against the door so you can't just get pushed out of the way. If you're lounging around wearing socks, maybe you only answer the door if you actually have shoes on and you can actually get some grip, because as you can see in the video, his shoes actually fail him. You answer the door with your left hand, and behind the door, you're still completely behind the door, you have your foot propped, bones behind the door, and you actually have a firearm or a force multiplier in your right hand, but they can't see it because you open the door with your left hand. There's different things like that that you can do to try and protect yourself. If you absolutely have to open the door, you have to sign for a package or something like that, and you're not 100% sure of the person, one of the number one things people do that causes them to become victims is they come up with an alibi for an aggressor. Oh, he's just the mailman. Oh, he's probably just doing something nice. And you come up with an alibi for somebody who you have no idea what their intentions are. And then you end up getting victimized because you have no idea what their intentions are. So as you can see, he realizes that these guys aren't here to do nice things, and he has absolutely no recourse. Boom. At this point, he's a victim. Now, if he had thought this through, there's a chance that he could have had a weapon in this drawer that he could have retreated to, right? Or somewhere in this environment that he could have grabbed something to begin defending himself in this counter behind him. Something, right? If he had a weapon maybe down the hall, he could have just sprinted faster than you flew down the hall, right? These are all things that we get to think about after the fact. You can see he's got something here on his door, right? He can have a weapon there on the outside of his door. Cameras are not stopping people. Cameras are so that we can see how they victimized you after the fact. That's generally what cameras are doing. The only cool thing about cameras is they can give you a chance to see who's on the other side of that door, speak to that person on the other side of the door, and have some influence of the situation. So if you did have one of those really handy Nest systems or doorbell systems, which I highly, 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 highly recommend, you can tell people, hey, put the package down. No, I don't want to take any visitors right now. You can actually communicate with them, and those systems are awesome. But just having cameras is simply not enough to keep you safe. Those are great for investigations afterwards. Actually, they generally miss most of what happens anyways. But you should have something at your doorbell so you can communicate with people and watch people and let them know they're being watched. Most criminals are wearing masks these days because masks have been forced upon us to be socially acceptable. So they're not afraid of the camera necessarily, but it does give you some control to communicate with people on the other side of the door, so you have even less of a reason to actually answer your door for people you do not know, no matter what uniform they're wearing. Women, children, people like that, absolutely do not answer the door. He gets pushed in, he has no recourse, he tries to surrender. I think this is really, really, really significant, right? And what we call this, what these guys are wearing, we call this urban camouflage. Think about uniforms right now that can be utilized as urban camouflage. You can't memorize all the uniforms, you can't memorize all the different codes and make them look legit, but this is urban camouflage. These guys can walk into his house right now, they can walk right out after they get done doing whatever they're gonna do to him, and no one's gonna say anything or suspect anything. They don't have to run, they don't have to do anything. Now, I don't know why these guys are here, I don't know what their intentions are, but what I do wanna point out is that he is now at their mercy. It looks like they have some kind of stun gun or something like that, or a flame of some type, and they are trying to just stun him, torture him. Yeah. He had already surrendered, he should already be okay, and now he's in a struggle with someone on the floor. This is where the training does come in. This is where having some physical training does come in. This is where carrying while you're at your house does come in. This is where having weapons on your person and knowing how to use them, that does come in. If I was going to rewind this tape, I'd say that the big one he doesn't have any size on the big one, but when the little one is left alone with him, they're about equal size. So the disparity of force isn't really an issue. So understanding how to keep your environment safe, having force multipliers, having medical gear downstairs or in different caches around your house where you can get a hold of them, these things really help. But all in all, the biggest lesson I want you guys to walk away with here is do not answer your front door unless you need to. There's no reason for it. Unless it's obviously a Girl Scout. And even then, I'm gonna show you a video where buying things like that from people that look unassuming has been used as a decoy for armed assailants to enter your home. Your home is your palace, your home is your kingdom. Last one too, if you have dogs, you may think that they'll protect you. The reality is they probably will not. They've probably spent their entire life, unless they are bite trained, they've spent their entire life being subservient to human beings. And I've also seen many different occasions where the dog actually bites the owner in the altercation. So remember these things. Make sure you have something on the outside of your house to see and communicate and understand who's on the other side with. Make sure you have force multipliers in your environment that you can get quick access to if you do need them. And first and foremost, be very, very careful who you open your door to. If you appreciate it, share this lesson with everyone. Share it with your family members. Share it with all the lovely people you know. Let's make the world a safer place by helping good people to become more dangerous. And come train with us. We have a tremendous library of information online taught to you from the best of the best on habits and ideas and concepts and principles and tactics like this, taught to you from myself and over 24 elite instructors at protectornation.com. Go there, download the library, and let's increase that PQ. This is Byron Rodgers, protector by nature and by trade, out. Boom.